This is Jordan Cain with Rise and Shine. You heard it on Jam. Yeah, well, Rise and Shine, we've got one record out, it's been out for a few years, and we're sitting on a new record that has yet to be released. It's a full-length album. I did just put an EP out this year under a new band called Atlantis Aquarius. So I've been doing that with most of my time this year, promoting that EP. But tonight we're here at the Cantina playing with Rise and Shine, and it's gonna be fun. The new project, no, Atlantis Aquarius is a whole nother band, and usually I'm behind the drum set, but on this project I'm taking the frontman role, playing guitar, singing, and it's a super group. I've pulled musicians from the Texas Gentlemen, Jake Murphy from Natural Anthem, Austin Morgan from Jack Ingram, Taylor Lumbee has been co-front manning, if you will, even though she's a female. She's been helping lead that project. She's singing lead on a few songs. She sings with Paul Cawthon, Larry G, to name a few. The EP came out April 1st, and now I'm working. It's getting a little traction. KXT's playing a single called Iberian Sun, and we're working on the full length. We don't have a release date yet, but we should finish the record before the year's out, and we'll be working it hard next year. Yeah, I mean, you know, me and Brandon and Jonathan Tyler started back in like 2002. You know, this was my first band, was with those guys, and I've played with JT every year ever since then. You know, I've been a part of every record that he's done, and he's currently running with Nikki Lane a whole lot. You know, and it's tough, you know, staying with one band all the time. It's not really possible. You know, the way we do things in this scene, it's not a bad thing. We're all just working. Well, I never want it to be just the same. Otherwise, what's the point in doing it? On the other hand, there's definitely, you know, familiarity. You know, my stuff's gonna have a similar sound, but I do like to explore new sounds. You know, this project Atlantis Aquarius is a little more far out, a little more chilled out than a lot of the blues rock that I do with Rise and Shine and Jonathan Tyler. I mean, we still rock, don't get me wrong, in AA, but it's a little bit more psychedelic. Yeah, Brandon, we both write for this project. It's about 50-50. Brandon is the only guitar player. You know, this project started out as a duet, but we've kind of moved to a power trio, brought in a bass player. But we split the harmonies. You know, some songs he'll sing lead, some songs I'll sing lead. It's a really 50-50 project. Sure. J.J. Cale, ZZ Top, Leon Russell. You know, we get into a lot of the old blues stuff. Robert Johnson and Lightning Hopkins. Those kind of guys really influenced Rise and Shine. Man, there's this band I've been listening to. They're actually from the 90s. Is that still a modern band? I guess. They're called the Red Devils. And they put out this blues record called Live at King King. And I think it was in Los Angeles. This record came out in the 90s. And it is some of the toughest blues you'll hear, man. It's so good. The Red Devils Live at King King. That really inspires me with this Rise and Shine project. Man, we've gone out. We've done Nashville, you know. We haven't taken this project, you know, far and wide. It's been pretty much regional. But yeah, on the other hand, you know, we've got some online listeners in Brazil and Spain, some Rise and Shine fans over there, so that's always cool, you know, that our music's heard around the world. I'd love to play around the world, but right now, Rise and Shine is pretty much a Texas band for the most part. But we're open to coming to a town near you. So Jake Murphy originally played in a band called the Will Callers that you might have heard of. They did a lot of touring and had some success. And then he started his own project called Natural Anthem, which is getting a lot of traction around town. And I worked with Jake on the Atlantis Aquarius EP. He tracked that for me, and he's tracking the full-length record. And just knowing him through those relationships, we've brought him in to play bass on some Rise and Shine gigs, and it just really works out. He's a great all-around musician. Can't say enough about the Big Murph. That was myself and Jake Murphy, and we did it in his attic. Yeah, and the full length that we're currently working on, we're tracking out in the country at my dad's ranch out in Palo Pinto, Texas. We've been riding for it, and we're gonna camp out there later this summer. And you know, it's tough. You know, it's tough in this day and age because you're always on a budget, and the time is so strict. And you know, with the EP, I feel like maybe we rushed a little bit, but we had to get something out. You know, I don't like to sit around. I like to get stuff out. But we're definitely going to take our time with this, and as far as the full length goes, we're not, you know, we're gonna, in my mind, we're gonna take our time and not be, you know, pressured. I think is the idea, to really focus on getting the best sounds and the best songs, and not be pressured with time and money, right, Jake?
I ain't got no house, I ain't got no car. All I got, Lord, is my guitar. You can have that, Miss Baker.
Oh man, I would have to say that's an easy one. It's a song that we're playing tonight. It's called Ain't No Grave, which was made famous by Johnny Cash, but it's an old spiritual song, an old gospel song. I believe the original writer was a guy named Brother Claude Eli, and a woman used to sing it at my church when I was a kid. I went to a Pentecostal church in Oklahoma, and this lady would sing this song, and it would get the people so amped up. It's very soulful and spiritual. And yeah, we're playing it tonight. It's actually the first song that Rise and Shine ever played. Like, it was the birth of Rise and Shine, was this song called Ain't No Grave. But that's, yeah, it's amazing how that one came about. I heard it when I was a child, like I'm talking like 4 years old, and I'm still playing it to this day.
Don't you forget me when I'm gone. Said don't forget me when I'm gone. Don't forget me when I'm gone. When I finally reach the other side, ain't seen no tears of pride. Don't you forget me when I'm gone.
This is Jordan Cain with Rise and Shine, live at Lava Cantina. You heard it on Jam.
One more time. I said don't forget me when I'm gone. Say don't forget me when I'm gone. When I finally reach the other side, ain't saying no tears of pride. Don't you forget